Every once in a while, you got to play hooky from a job site. Look what I came to look at today. I've been wanting to take a look at this place since we've been here on this job, but this old covered bridge, Auchumpkee or something like that. Y'all have to do the Google on it. Evidently, this old bridge was built in the 1800s, late 1800s, I believe. Was rebuilt, freshened up kind of deal in the mid 1980s. And I think in the mid 1990s, it got taken off the foundations from a flash flood. I guess a limb or tree broke off and hooked it right in the middle and took her over yonder and stuck it up against that bridge over there on that road. So from what I understand, in the late 90s, I think it was the Corps of Engineers had it rebuilt. They found a guy that was one of the few that was familiar with this old style construction right here. Some kind of a lattice truss design on the inside. Pretty neat little old deal, but I guess it was all rebuilt then. I think some of the old original stuff was probably used. We got some new wood and everything in here, but if you look up top there, you can see some old timbers up in there. That old timber right there. Pretty neat construction. I've been wanting to look at this the whole time I've been up here on this job, so. Got my belly full from lunch, decided to play hooky for a few minutes. This old lattice construction got these old wood dowels in here. Ain't that neat? Pretty old long bridge. I think she's close to 100 foot. Imagine taking your horse and buggy through here. And the first time you did it, you'd want to pay attention because a lot of times old horse don't like the sound of clippity-cloppity on the old bridge. I know that from experience, but ain't this neat? Nice little old breeze pulling through here. Beautiful. Now, from my understanding, I think a few years ago, or here just in the last year or so, they did a little loving on the bridge. You can look up in there, you can see some new boards up there in that roof, pressure treated. Got some modern day hangers up there. And it looked like she'd been washed on the outside. Appears to be old pine, batten strip siding on it, just like I got on one of my barns. Do a 1x12. And then a 3 or 4 inch strip. Imagine having this on your property. Wouldn't that be neat? Have you a nice barbecue, have some folks over, have you shindig out here. Might be kind of nice. But I figured I'd bring y'all along real quick, let y'all check it out, you know. Every once in a while, if you somewhere other than where you live, it's nice to finally take a few minutes and take a gander at something else. Never know when you might not be able to see it again, so. I love old stuff, so that's one reason I wanted to come check this out. We'll get a shot from the side real quick. Well, we on the opposite side of it where I parked. It's bad when you got to have a sign that says no graffiti, but you know, humans will be humans. Big old timbers they replaced right here. Now you can tell this has been redone. Got nice Torx head screws in it, little timber locks. But it's wood and just looks nice. Batten strip type siding. But look on this inside right here. This is really neat the way this lattice work style woodwork is. So that looks like, oh, what is that? Probably 3 inches, 2.5 inches, 8 or 10 inches wide. Could you imagine trying to put that together? Wooden pegs in it. Yeah, you see somebody been out here. But if we look around, I don't know if it'll show it up in there. If we look up in the ceiling, you can see a bunch of new treated lumber up there. Looks like they had to redo a good bit of it. Some of the old. Now, I don't know. I'm assuming that some of this old boards up in here might have been some of the originals from back when it got washed out. I mean, you can look at that beam right there and tell that's a pretty old beam right there. And then we got a little modern style construction in here. You know, they got some hangers up there. Pretty old neat though, ain't it? Just imagine being on your little old buggy with your mule or your horse, riding across here, saddle horse. Now, I will tell you one thing from experience. Sometimes you get on a bridge, your old pony does not like them old planks. I've had a couple horses when I was younger get a little bit on the excited side crossing a bridge. I actually have one of my mules a couple years ago was doing old carriage in a Christmas parade, and we had to cross a bridge in town. And she did not like that at all. And she was a well-seasoned mule. Big draft mule, Percheron mule, but we had to actually get a couple people on the ground and help us get her across there because we had a carriage full of people. We got old Beam up there. Just amazing. I would like to go see a covered bridge like this that was all original, didn't have to be rebuilt. I think there's another one around here. I think within 40 or 50 miles of where we're at. So I have to look up on the Google. But it's nice, you know, every once in a while you got to play hooky from the job site. And boys don't need me right now, so it was nice to come out here and check this out. Good experience to see stuff like this. All right, this gives us a good view of the other side. Just a while ago we were standing over there. Nice little area down here. That old road going there, I believe that's Allen Road, but you see they got them some picnic tables down here and nice little old creek. Got a nice little old area on the other side here. Looks like they keep the grass cut pretty nice. I tell you, this county, I've been real impressed with them. We're doing a job not far from here in the local town of Thomaston, and they really seem to keep things clean. I know that downtown area is kept real clean, so just real good to see people taking care of stuff. Let's get a view of this other side right here. Maybe we'll take a walk down there by that creek. It's warm enough now, though. We kind of got to watch for our no-shouldered friends. They might be slithering out there on them rocks. Look at them beams right there up underneath there. Yeah. Now you see they got some screw jacks in there. Make sure we ain't got no friends laying up in here. If you look right close there, you see that nut and everything on there. Might have had a little settling. Now I think these stone pillars, I think these are from the original bridge. Most likely if that got washed out, you know, that limb hooked it right in the middle and just yanked it off of there. Now there is some new concrete in the inside of them, but I think this is the original pillars. Of course, they got to do concrete pad they poured on top to help get everything leveled up. Ain't that something? Be a nice spot to have a little picnic. So I'm glad I was able to break away and come check this out. This has been nice to see right here. If you're ever in the area, it'd probably be worth taking a look. It's Upson County, Georgia, right outside of Thomaston, Georgia. I think the bridge has actually got a Culloden or Culloden address on it. But Auchumpkee, or however you pronounce it. That's the name of this creek, so that's what the bridge is called. I guess the bridge has had several different names over the years, depending on who the landowners were at the time. So look it up. We'll put a link to it there in the description box, and I guess you can let your Google do the searching. Y'all have a good one.